Hey guys, hello and welcome. In the part 1, we discuss about how we understand the demand and supply. In the first hand, we discuss about this, right? Now we come to the second part. In the second part, first part, we discuss about how is the demand. Now we're going to start our second part here, the micro versus macroeconomic. Okay, this is the second part of this video, and we will talk about the microeconomics and the macroeconomics. The microeconomic studies the impact of changes in the economy as a whole. Now microeconomics examine on behalf of a small groups. With the macroeconomics, this measures the changes in the indicators that affect the whole economy. Money supply. The amount of money circulating in the economy, how much wealth we have and the money we have in the whole economical system. Like we have $8 trillion of money we have. And what is the unemployment? The number of people who cannot find work or who are interested to work but not getting into it. The third thing is inflation, the amount by which precisely raise each year. Like on an average in India it is 10%, in UAE it is around 4 to 5%. The different country have different rate of inflations. Okay, the inflation is the item which is costing today 100, after 1 year it will cost you in India 110, in UAE maybe 104. So this is the cost, the inflations. Okay, it keep increasing the price of the product. If you want to get the same product, you have to pay more over the time, because there are more people having more monies and they are asking for the same product. So demand is increased, but the money supply is not increased. The more people have money, but product is as it is, production is as it is, right? In the microeconomics, that examines the effects that decisions of a frame had individuals have on the economy. Now, industrial organizations, the impact of monopolies, how they create a monopoly, a single company who is the only offering the product or services and no other competitor in the market, like how Jio did in India. Now, wages, the impact that salary levels, which are affected by the labor and the production cost and have no consumer spending. Now we are talking about this macro and microeconomics. In a short notes, let's talk about this banknotes and digital currencies. Okay, digital money. In till 2000, there is before pre-internet era. Okay, now the states begins to use the banknotes or the coin or a printed note like US dollar and Indian rupee, and the issuing paper IOU. Okay, whether the trade as currency and could be exchanged for coin at any time. And in digital money, since 2000 onwards, the money can now exist in your wallet virtually, as we all aware now, as of now, and on a computer or in a large transactions can take place without any physical cash or changing hands. So this money is controlled by the bank. The same way they issue the same amount of money and reflect it in your bank account. So this is how it's work actually. Now let's move on into the next part. The very interesting part is the barter IOU money. So how these things work? The barter, the directly exchange of goods form the basis of trade for thousands of years. Adam Smith, in his Wealth of Nations, said in the 18th century about that was one of the first to identify it is a precious precursors of money. Barter in practice. Now, essentially, barter involves the exchange of an item, such as cow for one of more perceived equal value, for example the load of wheat, or for the most part of the two parties bring the goods with them and hands them over at the time of transactions. Sometime one of the parties will accept an IOU, or here is the IOU, okay, accept an IOU, okay, I will pay you, or I obliged to pay you. Now an even or token that is eagerly agreed can be exchanged for same goods or something else at the later date. Now pros and cons of barter system. This is okay, looks good, but having some trouble and some problem. The, the trading relationships for foster the strong links between the partners. Now physical goods can exchange, and barter does not rely on the trust that money will retain its value. Now this is a good thing. Trading relationships foster the strong link between the partners, but the cons is market needs, both parties must want what the other offer. Okay, hard to establish a set on items, like two goats may have an certain value to one parties one day but less a week later, right? Because I don't need a goat now, I need a wheat, I need something, a pot or something else, not now, not today. So goods may not be easily divisible. Okay, now for example a living animal cannot be divided. You cannot cut a cow and say I need half of the price. No, it's not possible, you can't do it half. Now the large scale transaction can be difficult, like transporting on goat is easy, moving thousand is not. So transportation having issue, it is having more trouble actually, cannot move this faster. So I obliged to pay you one cow or something like. So the winter, once the cow is fully grown, it is handed over to the fulfill of the IOUs. Okay, like trading with IOUs. IOU means summer wheat is delivered in the exchange for an IOU for a cow. Okay, because at that time there is a summer, okay, wheat can be stored. Okay, but in the winter, once the cow is fully grown, it has handed over to IOUs. Okay, so they exchange the butter, this exchange with wheat. So direct trade, I have a wheat, you have a cow, let's exchange. So simply exchange, one party directly swap its item, cow, for the other party's goats or wheat. Okay, now let's move into the next part. Okay, now complex trading with IOUs having a difficulties. Someone need IOU wheat, IOU firewoods, the cow, the fence building, the clothings, everything, right? So the trading in IOUs can be exchanged between different parties for varieties of items, not necessarily the one first agreed on. Okay, now there is the money concept. So if they decide some sort of value of the products, let's see the wheat is the value of the having 10, okay, and the clothes having also the like two clothes is 5 or 10 something. So this is like we can fix the price and then we can exchange with the money. So then the money is the universal IOU, which can be used for multiple purposes, and for any IOUs you can like is a universal IOU, this, and that has an agreed value in term of the goods it can be exchanged for. Okay, so now we understand how this barter system actually works. and how we can use IOUs as a universal through money. Let's understand the characteristics of money. Money is not money unless it has all the following defining characteristics. Money must have value. People believe that money have value. If someone don't believe, for example, in UAE, people don't believe that Indian currency have a value because they need UAE dirham. So what they have to do, you have to go and convert it, then only the customer, the shopkeeper will give you the food or clothes or something. So they need to exchange it. So money is not money unless people believe that this have a value and be durable, and it should be durable, portable, uniform and visible, and divisible in limited supply, not heavy supply, but be usable as a mean of exchange. And underlying all of those characteristics, it's trust. People must be confident that if they accept money, they can use it to pay for goods. If someday people don't believe that this money, people are not, for example, in our time, there is a 50 paisa, there is a 25 paisa. Over the time, they lose their value. People are not ready to accept these coins, small coins, okay, to exchange the goods actually. So what's the problem is here? Because this one have no value, people stop believing. So you can't go and trade with the same value, but which has been issued by the government. So you see this kind of simple, like we face in our childhood, like that time we face this kind of issue. Now, artificates of money. Since the early attempt at setting values for butter goods, and money has come in a many form, from IOUs to token, cow, shell, and precious metal have all been used. Now, how it's worked? Now, bartering was a very immediate form of transactions. One writing was invented. Once writing was invented and record could be kept dealing the value of goods, trade as well as of the IOUs. Eventually, tokens such as braid, colored coat shell, and lumps of gold were assigned a specific value, which means that they could be exchanged directly for goods. It was a small step from this to making tokens explicitly to represent value. In the form of metal disc, the first coin in late Asia Minor from around 650 BC. For more than 2000 years, coin made from precious metals such as gold, silver, and small transactions for copper formed and many medium of money exchange. Before that also people use stones, precious stones. Okay, now they are using coins. So these all are actually not, people believe this one have value, and that's what it is. People need it, and if yeah, exactly. So the item of worth. So most money originally had an intrinsic value, such as that of the precious metal that was used to make the coin. This in itself act as some guarantee the coin would be accepted. Timeline of artifacts. Okay, barter systems. Now, early trade involved directly exchange item, often perishable, owned ones such as cow, some Sumerian cuneiform tablets, then coral shell. People believe this coral shell also. Lydian gold coin, and then Athenia Darchma. Wallah, very difficult to pronounce. No, George Simmel and the Philosophy of Money. Published in 1900, German sociologist George Simmel's books, The Physiology of Money, looked at the meaning of value in the relations to money. Samuel observed that in pre-modern society, people made objects, but the value that attached to each of them was difficult to fix as it was assessed by incompatible system based on honor or time and labor. So money made it easier to assign consistent value to objects, which Samuel believed made interactions between people more rational, as it freed them from personal tie and provided greater freedom of choice. Okay, now if you want to have someone's cow, you have to give your wheat. The simple basics philosophy. If you want someone's clothes, you have to give your cow. Store of value. Money acts as a mean by which people can store their wealth for future use. It must not therefore be perishable, but it help if it is of a particular size that can be stored and transported easily. Means of exchange. Now it must be possible to exchange money freely and widely for goods, and its value should be as stable as possible. It helps if the values is easily divisible and if there are sufficient demonstrations so change can be given. Now unit of amount account. Money can be used to record wealth possessed, trade and spent personally and nationally. It's help if only one recognized authority issue money. If anybody could issue it, then turns in its value would disappear. So we have to build the values. Okay, you understand, right? Now this is all about the part 2, and before we finish it, let's finish this part, the last things here. Now the Han Dynasty coin, okay, often made of bronze and copper. That time they used bronze and copper because it's very rarely found precious metal. And early Chinese coin had holes punch. They also used the punch in the middle of the coin in 200 BC. Then 27 BC, Roman coin bring the head of empire. Okay, it is there. Nowadays we have a Gandhi's picture or the US government, no, this their pictures, right? So Roman coin bearing the head of the empire, those coins circulated throughout the Roman Empire. Now Byzantine coin, early Byzantine coins were pure gold. They used pure gold. Later one also coined metals such as copper. Anglo-Saxon coin in this 20th century silver penny has an inscription stating that of is king or Rex of Maracas. Okay. Arabic dirham. Many silver coins from the Islamic Empire were carried to Scandinavian by Vikings. What's this? Okay, so this is what we understand in the part 2, like how money evolve and how battery system come and become the today's world, and how these things people used to trade. So this is how actually it is very interesting to understand the money. Now you understand, if you want money or if you want some, it's not you want money, you want someone's cow, someone's wheat or something of the others. So for that you have to do trade, right? You have to give something in order to get. So that's all in this relation, and thanks for watching. Keep watching.